everybody. This is Bo. We're back in the Sports Lounge again, guys. Listen, we've got one of the best coaches from Northwest Missouri. His name is Coach Mel Tjeerdsma. How you doing, Coach?
I'm doing good, Bo. How are you?
Oh, real good. We're just talking about you got a cold. I've been sick since November, and it's been miserably cold weather for the first time in a couple years.
Well, it has. It's been a tough winter. We've had it up here too, and but I guess that's when you live in the Midwest, you're going to get that sometimes, and we've been fortunate to have some nice winters. So I guess this year we have to put up with a little more snow.
Yeah, the kids and family have been skiing and snowboarding, so the last couple of years that's been kind of slim.
Well, we yeah. Well, I'm not into that outdoor stuff. After being 10 years in Texas, I'd rather see snow out my window than be out in it. So I don't know about that, but for snowmobiling, skiing, stuff like that, it's got to be a good winter.
Absolutely. Now, Coach, last year when we called, you just had electrical storm shut you down. You weren't sure if you're going to make the playoffs, and lo and behold, you beat the big dogs in the league and go into the championship game. That year was, from 0 to 100, all of a sudden a big turnaround. That was a pretty good turnaround for y'all.
Well, it was. We've had some good years, and things have gone pretty well for us. We started out last year, like you said, with an electrical storm and then a loss, and but we bounced right back from that and had a really good year, really until the championship game, and didn't play bad in the championship game, just didn't play well enough to win, and got beat by a very good Valdosta State team.
Yeah, Dave Dean's a good guy over there. He does a lot of good things well. He's hard, well deformed, and it's well performed. And it was a tough match, but it was a good match. It was a good match and a great run for you all.
Well, it was, and I was really proud of our kids. That's the third year in a row that we've gotten to the championship game, and you're disappointed when you lose that game, extremely disappointed. But when you have a little time and reflect on it, it's a pretty good accomplishment for your kids to get there in the first place. And so we're happy about that. I had a great senior class. I had a great career, but now it's time to move on and see what we can do with this group that's coming out.
Now, you've signed a nice bunch of recruits. Who are those recruits and where do they come from, and which ones really stand out as for sure money for the program?
Well, it's early to say who's going to be for sure.
Absolutely.
We do most of our kids redshirt their first year, and then we go from there. But we really did get some outstanding recruits. Our emphasis, we had two emphases. We felt like we needed to shore up our offense and defensive line number-wise. We were just short on numbers there, and we got that done. And the other thing we felt like is we'd kind of gotten away from, or hadn't gotten as much team speed as we'd like to have, and so we were able to do that, address the issue of team speed. I think we got some kids that can really run and some real athletic kids. So overall, I think it was a really good class.
It sounds good, Coach Tjeerdsma. Now, the thing that we always marvel at, us being fans, is how much highlight videos do you watch of these recruits? Because with a program like yours, you've got to receive thousands of calls, even more videos in the mail. And if I'm not mistaken, you don't have a staff of 100 to pick through those. You've got a staff of a few to go through those.
Well, we do. We do go through everything. You're right. We get a lot of tape. It helped us get a couple of kids from a little further distance this year. We got a couple of kids out of Illinois, a place where we really don't recruit, and we got a kid out of Wisconsin. Obviously, we don't recruit there, but because of their tapes and because of their interest, we were able to sign a couple of kids like that. We divide our tapes up as they come in amongst our staff, and kind of try to weed out the ones that can play and the ones that can't play. And then when we take the ones that can play, we go back through as a staff and really try to finalize our list. And of course, when you play in a championship game like we have the last 3 years, you're a long ways behind. We're 5 weeks behind everybody else, but it's still a good trade-off. ESPN does wonders for recruiting. I will guarantee you that. Just being on, we've been on 6 times in the last 3 years, and that's tremendous advertisement for our school and for our program.
Oh, absolutely. Just to make the championship game, it's broadcast out so everybody gets to see the program. I mean, Jerry Moore, I interviewed him last year after the Michigan win, and he said he went from 2,500 to 25,000 packages in the mail about kids wanting to go to school, and I imagine it's the same way with your program. 3 years in a row, that's very impressive.
Well, it is, and we do, like we do. We get a lot of stuff from a long distance, but we still concentrate on what we have right here. When I say right here, I'm talking about a four-state area. Excuse me, of Iowa, Missouri, Nebraska, and Kansas, and most of our kids come from there, and then we get a few kids out of Texas. We've got some good connections there, and we really haven't changed from that. Like I said, we got a couple of kids out of Illinois. We got one out of Wisconsin, but other than that, we pretty much stayed where we've been.
Coach Tjeerdsma, now with the team that you have after everybody graduated, who are those leaders that need to step up, and who are those that have stepping up as far as getting people ready for the season and as far as last year?
Well, you start with our quarterback. We got we had an outstanding quarterback last year. We had two of them really, senior Josh Matthews, and then because of some injuries, he ended up losing his spot to a junior Joel Osborne. And Joel's the guy. He's a great leader. He's got great leadership qualities. He's an outstanding person. He's really stepped up as one of our leaders, and we have a couple of offensive linemen coming back. Jeremy Davis and Reed Kirby is a two-time returning All-American offensive tackle. Both of those guys will be excellent leaders for us. On the defensive side of the ball, we've got probably more younger guys. We have Miles Burnside's kind of the hub of our secondary there, our safety, and even though he's just going to be a junior, he's been a real leader for us and really getting us going.
Yeah, Coach, and with 3 in a row, I mean that's something that you can go to as far as recruits, and this current bunch that's staying here with you all hasn't graduated yet, uses a motivation tool saying one more step and it's ours. And a lot of those kids got to hit it to heart because this is their senior year and they are done, or they got one more year before they're done. It's got a lot of pressure and a lot of motivation.
Well, you're right. It's both. There's a lot of motivation, but there's a lot of pressure too, and that's all right. I think I do think that that's one thing that that has really made our program an outstanding program, is that our kids have really learned to handle pressure and to handle the high expectations, because there's no doubt about it. There are high expectations here. Everybody expects us. Everybody expects you to be in the championship game, and now everybody expects us to win it, and we've kind of let them down. So the goal is there, and the pressure is there, and we just have to go about getting ready for it, and and handling it.
Absolutely. Now, one thing quick, Coach, is that we've been hearing a lot about the Division II. Lou Tepper, Dave Dean, a bunch of them talk about the differences between Division I and Division II. Lou Tepper loves the Division II because he's able to take a player that may or may not have been able to play, or even get close enough to play Division II and get a chance by Division I, and now they have a chance to take these players and watch them grow up and really become a powerhouse in the